Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. The first thing that I want to say is hello. I am back and I'm sorry for being gone for so long, but if you haven't watched my last video, that will give you a huge insight as to why I've been gone for a while. But we have moved. We are in our new house and I'm feeling so good about it. I am loving our little house and we are just having the best time being in our own space and decorating and all of that good stuff. I am currently in our guest room. It's more like an office, music, craft space, library. It has a lot of different purposes. Right now it's kind of like a multi-purpose room, if you will. My bookshelves are set up. This is a sneak peek at our accent wall that is in this room that I painted. And I know you were probably looking at my shelves behind me and you were like, girl, why would you turn your books that way? I know, but I kind of like the aesthetic of it, like the neutral tones. It looks really good in this room, so I am loving it. And I do know my books pretty well, so I know which books I'm looking at, even if I can only see the pages. But I have a hefty stack of books here to talk about, all of the books that I would love to get to this month. It's a very ambitious TBR. Considering I haven't done much reading this entire year, this is gonna be really interesting. I have 13 books. We will see how it goes. Okay, so the first two I want to talk about are the Coffee Break Book Club book picks for this month. For those that don't know, me and my best friend Sydney here on YouTube host a book club where we pick 2 picks every single month, a primary pick and then a secondary pick, and we typically make them 2 different genres for anybody who maybe isn't a fan of the one genre, and to just make it to where more people can participate. So we have picked obviously a spooky book for this month, and we also picked a romance. So our primary pick is a romance. This is the only romance on my TBR for this month, and that is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. So if you guys don't know, The Love Hypothesis is my absolute favorite book of all time, and this is the exact same author. The art style is very similar on the front, so I'm really excited. It does have that scientist kind of plot again, which I really enjoyed in The Love Hypothesis, so I'm really excited to get to this book this month, and I have very high expectations for this because I loved The Love Hypothesis so much. So we will see if Ali Hazelwood will outdo herself yet again. And the secondary pick for the month is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So this book was really popular last year around this time, but Sydney and I never got to it, so we decided to make this the secondary pick for our book club, just for those that want to participate in a spooky read along, and then anybody who's not into spooky, you know, you can do romance. But this one I'm super excited about. I don't know like too much about this one at all. I'm pretty sure it's like haunted mansion kind of things, which I'm really excited about, and that's perfect for this season. So I think this is gonna be really fun. So I'm excited for this one on the TBR. Oh my gosh, and now I literally don't even know where to go with this stack. So this next little clump of books that I want to read this month is a trilogy. So I want to get to this entire trilogy this month. I've had a friend that has challenged me to read this entire series because she swears by it, and she's like, you have to read it and then you have to watch the show. So I plan to do that this month. It should be really fun. But that is A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and The Book of Life. So I really want to get to all 3 of these books this month, especially the first one. Definitely want to get to the first one. And I also want to thank Jenny Reads Maybe, because she actually gifted these to me for my birthday, and I'm finally getting around to them. So thank you for purchasing these for me. I'm really excited about them, and I cannot wait to get into the series. I think it's going to be such a fun time. And my friend literally cannot stop talking about it, so it has to be good. Next up, I have The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, which is another haunted house kind of thing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, remote house, sinister haunting, and a woman pulled into their clutches. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be really fun. I love all of the spooky stuff in the month of October, so really, really excited to get to this. This might be one of the first ones that I read just because I am so excited about it. So I also have House of Leaves on my TBR, which is said to be like the scariest book of all time. And the font is kind of interesting. It's just a very different format that I haven't experienced yet, and I'm really excited to get to this one. I've heard a lot of really good things, but that it's also like very complex. So I'm kind of intimidated, not gonna lie, but hopefully I can get through it and it'll be a good time, but I'm kind of scared about it. Okay, next up I have 7 Dirty Secrets by Natalie D. Richards. So this I actually bought at Barnes & Noble, like in the cafe. It was one of the cafe books that you can get for $5 if you purchase something in the cafe. And it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I'm gonna go with it. It's the same author that wrote 5 Total Strangers that Sydney read, and she didn't love that book, so I don't have the best hopes for this one, but it just seemed like something for the spooky season. But this should be fun. Maybe it's probably just gonna be one of those like really dumb thrillers, but like they're entertaining at the same time. That's kind of what I think this one is gonna end up being, but we'll see what it turns out to be. I also have The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I'm really excited about this one, and I'm gonna read this little snippet on the back because I feel like if I try to explain this, I'm really gonna butcher it. But Evelyn Hardcastle will die every day until Aiden Bishop can identify her killer and break the cycle. But every time the day begins again, Aiden wakes up in the body of a different guest, and some of his hosts are more helpful than others. This should be really fun. I feel like I've heard really good things about this book actually, and I'm anticipating it to live up to those high expectations. This was gifted to me by my friend Alyssa, so Alyssa, if you're watching, thank you. I'm also wearing her earrings that she made. Next up on the TBR is Crave. So vampires, werewolves, all of that good stuff. Really excited about this. This is something I'm anticipating to read closer to Halloween. Just because it kind of gives those vibes for me. But okay, next up I have Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. This one I feel like has reappeared on my TBR quite a bit, but I do really want to get to this one. So yeah, that should be fun. But it's, I couldn't even tell you. I know that there's like a mysterious death that happens with a bunch of wasps, and then like they're making a movie about this tragedy that happened, but it's like 100 years later, and then a bunch of the stuff that happened 100 years ago is reoccurring. I don't know. It seems really interesting. I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to read it for a really long time. It's just really like, it is a serious commitment. Like it is so gigantic, but we'll get through it, I'm sure. Okay, then second to last, we're almost done, is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. This was also really popular this time last year. I just didn't own it, so I couldn't get to it, but I'm really excited about it, and everybody I think really liked it, so I'm excited. I'm pretty sure this is YA, but this is a kind of like a witchy kind of thing, which I love to read the witchy stuff around this time of year, so really excited about this. And then oh my gosh, I have 2 book of the month books that aren't here yet that I'm going to be reading, so I'll talk about those in a second. But I also have Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This is basically like sci-fi mixed with thriller, which should be fun. But sometimes sci-fi is like a lot of info for me. This seems like something my husband would definitely love, but I'm going to read it and see if I like it, because I don't remember, I think it was Heather. Let me know if it was you, but I'm pretty sure it was her that was reading this on one of my sprints one time, and I was like hooked as soon as she was telling me about it, and I like immediately bought it. No, someone bought this for me. Who bought this for me? If you bought this for me, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you, because I am very excited to read this, and my husband is excited to read it after me, so I have this one. And then I do have 2 books that I'm getting from Book of the Month. So the first one is The Family Game. So I got that one as my Book of the Month pick, but it says, the rules of the game may be simple, but when your shady in-laws are up to no good, making it out alive is anything but. So it sounds really fun to me, and I'm really excited. I love isolated thrillers like that, so I think it's gonna be really fun. And then I also got, which wasn't part of like the picks, but I also got The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. I read The Ex-Hex this time last year, and I did not like that one at all, so I am definitely nervous about The Kiss Curse. but we will see. I'm hoping that it ends up being really cute like I was anticipating the X-Hex be, but it just ended up being really cheesy to me and I love it at all. But those are the books that I plan to read this October. I'm really excited about it, and I really don't even know which book I'm going to start with. I might start with A Discovery of Witches because I really need to get that read so that my friend and I can talk about it. So I think I'm going to start with that one. That is all that I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.